This is a game changer, say you, huh? Well, not so much. Joining me now is Congressman Mike Kelly, who also happens to own a Chevy dealership, says the car is a, quote, dud, and says anyone who buys one is foolish. Thanks for joining us, Congressman. So the Chevy Volt, go ahead, sir. But first of all, can we do this? Can we do this?
Sure.
We did a little research on this, sir. Turns out we've sold GM. Well, when I say we, I mean we, the taxpayer, because we own so much of Chevy. 723 volts last month, in the month of September. 3,895 cars so far in 9 months of 2011. What do you think of that? Is it a success?
Well, I mean, it depends if you want to redefine success. This administration has an odd way of doing that. But for me, a guy in the real world who has to buy that car from General Motors first before I can get it on my lot, I have to buy it, I have to insure it, I have to secure it, I have to maintain it. No, that's not an investment I want to make. What works for us in retail business is product turn. How many times can you turn it on the shelf? I mean, that's the way it works in the real world. Just to be able to say, I have this over here. If you want to take a look, say, no, I actually came in here with something I could afford and something that makes sense for my family. So when you look at it that way, no, it's not a success at all. Maybe a success in the fact that the government was able to twist GM's arm to build that car. GM never would. Chevrolet was always about mass production on cars that people wanted. Come out with the best product, hit the market that's the biggest market, and you'll sell them in volume.
Yeah, we heard Fritz say it was going to be a game changer. He said it was going to be a game changer for them. He almost said it like, oh, do I have to say this? Here are the numbers, though. We gave General Motors $50 billion. If I'm not mistaken, they still owe us somewhere around $20 billion. We also give any purchaser of the Chevy Volt $7,500 to buy the darn car. We're basically begging the consuming public to buy this darn car, but they're not doing it, are they?
No, and that's the tip of the iceberg. You know, Pennsylvania, where I live, throws another $3,500, taxpayer dollars. That's $11,000, Eric, to buy a car. The people are saying, I didn't come into that, even though you're dangling $11,000 out there. It's still a lot more money than one that gets almost the same gas mileage. Why would I do that? It makes no sense.
Right now, the Chevy, am I right? Chevy came out with the Cruze. Is that what it is? Now it's a fully electric car, and now this one may be the actual game changer?
Yeah, we've sold, I think, almost 200,000 since it came out. I mean, that's a car that people want. That's a car that people can afford. It fits their budget. Gets great gas mileage. You put your whole family in there. You don't have to worry about it running out of electricity. You know, and the thing that really puzzles me when I talk to these folks that are in favor of these cars, they say, you know where that electricity comes from, don't you? So yeah, you just plug it in. I said, no, it actually comes from a coal-generated power plant.
Right.
So we got to be careful how we talk about this stuff. Really, it doesn't solve the situation at all. We are coming out with great products. General Motors, Chevrolet has always been a leader in making cars that the public wants. That's how you win in this business.
Congressman, yesterday we did a story on one of the other shows I'm on about a $435,000 stimulus check that went to a truck stop in Tennessee. So, it was basically designed so that when the trucks pulled in, they can turn their diesel engines off and plug in. Now, you know, I'm not sure what the carbon footprint it is on that, but the point being, they gave this money to this truck stop that was already in bankruptcy. I mean, what goes on in the administration where they're trying all these things at the expense of the taxpayer?
Well, Eric, you and I know it's very easy to spend OP, other people's money. Now, you can waste as much money as you want as long as it doesn't come out of your wallet. When it starts coming out of your wallet, you respond to it rather quickly. People that do what I do, and I'm talking about people in business that have to have their own skin in the game, have to supply their own capital, really rely on making sound business judgments. You don't have to do that in the government. You can throw money anywhere, and it doesn't really matter because it's not your money. Just raise the rates, get more money in. I mean, listen, this is such a flawed concept, and people are starting to realize right now the emperor has no clothes. He's talked very well, but when it comes to walking that talk, he can't do it. And it is puzzling to sit here. Now, and think about this. Took 3 years to come out with a jobs plan. My goodness. You own the House, when you own the Senate and you're sitting in the White House, you could have got that jobs bill passed back in January of 2008 if you really wanted to. So why are we waiting so long with all these things? Why are we forcing people like General Motors, and we're dangling that carrot? If you want to survive, you got to pay.
We had to wait for his 11-day Martha's Vineyard vacation too. I mean, the guy's a one-way street, one-way selfish. When he's ready, he's darn ready. Then he'll release his